which is an intrinsic safe, we also provide intrinsic safe cell phone communication. It's not just an measurement in electronic, but even cell phone communication is intrinsic safe. Tremendous benefit customer gets, but other benefit is a data security. So by going into the cloud, like Amazon clouds or Google clouds or Microsoft cloud, they have a much powerful security built in, and the chances of hacking is less. So it's a more secure. We also provide I rent service and I sell service. So, and which is required because if you are doing BOD analyzer, if it is increasing the 4 degree, you are, the samples will not be represented. You are absolutely right. So there is a wastewater disease surveillance, which is the term, and that got found out when the polio outbreak happened. That time, WDS or wastewater disease surveillance came into picture. It came into limelight because of the COVID surveillance program, and in that program, they have provided a grant to small utilities to buy a sample, send them a sample, so they do the wastewater analysis. And now, the next hot topic which is coming is the PFAS, which is a forever chemicals.
All right, I'm here at the Teledyne booth with Kaushal. Kind of walk me through what we're looking at here.
So here what we are trying to show or showcase our product for the collection system monitoring and collection system flow monitoring. In this, we have created a cutout for the manhole. So you can see that our products can be installed in a manhole and can do the flow measurement. We offer different type of technology. We offer contact area velocity technology. We also offer ultrasonic level measurement. And here, what you are seeing is a non-contact laser flow, which is we are the only company who are measuring surface velocity. We are not measuring the surface velocity, but velocity below the surface. That's what we are doing it. There is no non-contact technology available that can measure below the water surface, where true velocity components are there. And it uses the laser, and it can do a multiple points, not just a single point. It can do 15 different points depending on your flow profile.
So there's no, because wastewater's got lots of rags and stuff in it, there's no way this device is ever going to get clogged unless your system just completely overflows.
That is the biggest benefit customer gets. It's completely maintenance free. So you can drop that sensors from the top of the manhole and you don't have to touch it because rags and everything does not come in contact with the sensor. And if, let's say, there's an overflow coming up, we also provide a surcharge sensor here. So you can do the measurement even if the sensor is completely submerged.
And how do they know that anything's wrong?
So basically this data from the flow sensor data goes to the logger. This is a logger device. This is also a unique device which you can connect 4 different sensors to one logger, and it also provides remote communications. So that with the remote communications, they can get data into their own software, or we also provide powerful cloud-based software. We do the data hosting, it is sitting in a cloud, and so they can just watch on their internet if they have internet access from anywhere. No, they don't have to be in their office. They can access the data from anywhere they are.
So this water level comes up, it starts getting close or touching the sensor, they're going to get notified on their cell phone.
There you go. So we have that alarm functions for part of our software, part of our logger. They immediately get an alarm. My level has gone up, level has touched. And the good thing is that, if you want to do more data during those incidents, then you can also change automatically. Instrument can change the data rate. I'm logging it every 15 minutes. Now my level has gone up. Start logging it every 2 minutes.
It'll actually change the rate at which it's taking it. So what made the big demand and push to come out with this product?
So this is mainly for the, a lot of cost saving, because whenever there is a contact sensors in a field, they go to the field and they have to clean it. So that is a costing that, anywhere between $250 to $300 per site, depending on, where you are. Or if you want to do the traffic stop and everything, it's going to cost more.
Especially if it's on a highway or something. I mean, some are like $1,000 an hour or something.
Yeah. So tremendous cost saving for the site visit. But besides that, also this area in a manhole is a confined space entry. Sometimes, there are H2S gases methane gases are there. So only the confined space entry experts can enter into the manhole, and which is not, it's a risky. So this will take care of the risk out of it.
So like I walked over here and said, this one looks very similar to the one in the sewer manhole. This looks like a flow measuring device. How does this one work?
So here in a manhole, we have to take care that the unit get submerged often, and so it should not, it should have that protection. So we provide IP68 protection for the manhole. This is mainly for above ground applications where we are using signature meter, which is a permanent, which is always above ground. So it is an IP66 protections. And this also mainly used for compliance monitoring, where there are multiple inputs are also required, pH, conductivity, or some third party, 4 to 20 input. A lot of things are required. So this is capable of taking all the inputs and providing a common platform, data logging platform. And then you can also output them via 4 to 20 or Ethernet or Modbus output. You can do that. So it is very powerful. You are connecting 9 different technologies, flow measurement technologies to this device. So it is a very powerful platform rather than running cables, multiple cables to the control room. Yeah, just a one control box and goes. Here you also see the black laser flow and black geo tracker. That is mainly, it is for the intrinsic safe application. We have both the version available. We have non-intrinsic safe and intrinsic safe. Intrinsic safe is class 1, division 1, where there are presence of, flammable gas are there, and there are, manhole, there are a lot of flammable gas are there. So there it is required that you use intrinsic safe device. So that's this device. And in this, which is an intrinsic safe, we also provide intrinsic safe cell phone communication. It's not just an measurement electronic, but even cell phone communication is intrinsic safe.
So one of the big pushes with your cloud-based software, does that just eliminate some like these big SCADA panels? You talked about all these wires you don't have anymore. So you're sending all this data to some of these devices, goes to the cell communication, and now you don't have to invest in essentially another IT company to manage this.
Yeah, because many times one is the IT company resources. Yes, there's a tremendous benefit customer gets, but other benefit is a data security, because we have heard that a lot of municipal customers, their server got hacked, and if their server get hacked, everything closed down, not just wastewater, but in all utilities and everything get affected. So by going into the cloud, like Amazon cloud or Google cloud or Microsoft cloud, they have a much powerful security built in, and the chances of hacking is less. So it's a more secure, less IT resources are required. And IT resources not just to set up the database, maintaining the database, not maintaining the server. So a lot of places, the cloud-based solution can help them. Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about how all this data is going into the cloud. I'd love to see kind of a demo. What does it look like on the end user?
So the main advantages of the cloud first is, in the past, we had it on the laptops or the desktops. The problem is when you're trying to crunch a lot of data, we have people calling in, they got their $300 Walmart computer, and it's just, taking forever to give them any data. By having it on the cloud, we are utilizing the Amazon servers, and we can ramp them up as demand pulls in. This allows us to do a lot more on this this head end here. We can monitor data, every single data point as it's pushed in. We can alarm off that because we have the servers able to monitor every single data point as it comes in, where you would just never be able to do that with this. The other nice thing about it, it's a browser. It's a web browser. There's no software to install. So when the updates come, in the past, we had to have you uninstall the old, download the new, install it, get IT. None of that. It's all behind the back door. We just update the web page. Also, because it's a browser, we're no longer tied to Windows. Windows is constantly upgrading from like 10 to 11 to 12. We're constantly chasing that tail. And by using a browser, we can put it on Linux, PC, Mac, doesn't matter, because you're just opening a browser to get your data. Anything, yeah. You can look it on your phone, your tablet, your laptop. So it really opens the floodgates to allow us to get that data anywhere. As long as we have an internet connection, anywhere, anytime, we can actually get to this data. Okay, so with that being said,
is this the normal dashboard? Is this customized? Like I see Apple Tree, Buck Road.
So I just grabbed some sites. So I'll make a new dashboard for you to show you how quickly you can set up a dashboard. Oh, let's call it test.
It's the best thing ever.
Right? So here's a brand new dashboard, completely empty. And to really get it running quick, I'll open up 4 of these site gadgets. The claim to fame of the site gadget is I can now just click on Apple Tree, Buck Road, Capitol Parkway, and Dixie Lane. Capitol Parkway is this way on purpose.
Explain.
Right? Because it has not pushed in for 4 days.
It's fast.
Right. Why? Why isn't it pushed in? Did I not pay my cell bill? Did it get vandalized? Are the batteries dead? So this allows me to know this site. Now I have it on here so you can see that it goes yellow, grabs your eye and says, okay, this site is not pushed in. It's been 4 days. So again, on purpose, we leave this one not pushing so I can demonstrate it.
Right, it's an alarm.
Right. So these are actually, speaking of alarms, these are actually server alarms. So under my alarm screen, I can actually set up like level conditions. If the level reaches a certain amount, I want it to go into alarm. I can get an email, I can get a text message. Also, it will show up red here. So it shows me, hey, there's an alarm condition going on. I can see the different alarms here. Last time I pushed in and what the battery voltage does when it did push in last. All that's right on the site gadget. So that's that. Now the site gadget is hard coded. So if I have multiple sensors, like here I've got a 350 AV and a 360 laser, I can pick which sensor I want to look at and have on this site gadget. But the site gadget for the most part is always level, velocity, flow. In this case, it's an ultrasonic. There's no velocity.
Gotcha.
But
So it takes these two and it calculates this one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now let's say I got a person who says, well, I want more than level, velocity, flow. Maybe I want a scatter plot. So in that case, I can actually use my graphing gadget. As long as I made the graph, if I go to my graphs, these are all the graphs that I have saved. Let it load here for a minute. I'm on the WebTech free Wi-Fi. It's actually pretty good though. It hasn't done too bad pulling in the data even here. So these are all my graphs, right? So I got this scatter plot. I'd like to have this scatter plot on my dashboard. So I simply go to dashboard, make a graph gadget, which is right there. I drop it down. I find my scatter plot right there. And now I got the scatter plot on my dashboard.
So the thought of this homepage dashboard, I think about like business owners always want a summary of the business. They'll see leads in, sales, all that. This is kind of like the same concept. Here's the key KPIs for your system.
That's right. If you basically allows you to come in the morning, pick the sites you want. These are the sites that I need to be looking at every morning when I come in. They're right here. I can look it over. If I see a discrepancy, I can go to the graph and I can dig deeper into it.
You get the mile wide and then you go an inch deep.
Got it.
That's that right?
Yeah.
I don't think I said that right.
Well, 1,000 foot, just and you can zoom in. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a battery voltage gadget. I have all my sites listed here and what their battery voltages are. I can even sort those from high to low. Okay, this site, I need to get out there. They're getting kind of low. Get those batteries changed out. These are doing pretty good. So instead of running around and looking at all these on the graph gadget, I get it right here.
Check that every Monday.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or every morning you come in.
Every morning.
Yeah. You just have it right there. I've got some other gadgets. Here's an alarm gadget. All the sites that are an alarm, I can list them right here. So imagine I got 200 sites. I don't want to look through pages and pages to find out which ones have red hues around them. I can just have a single gadget here. It lists them all right here for me. I can clear the alarms from here. I can acknowledge it, which then after you click on that, it turns it green. It means I'm looking into it. Okay, now I fixed the problem. I click on this, I can resolve it. By resolving it, it goes away and it clears off the red. So there's a lot of tools here on the dashboard, just on the front page that allows you to maintain and monitor your sites.
Do you guys help people set up their dashboard? Do you help them kind of?
We can. They can call us. Usually during our training, we kind of go over all these things so they can change it. But yeah, you can always call us and we can walk you through it. Also, inside the site gadget itself, you've got the location here. Also, I can put attachments. I can put calibration sheets, engineering drawings, anything I want, videos. I can attach them right here. I don't have any right now. I need to get those up here. But you can have attachments here and click on them and they open them up for you. That's it. That's my short version.
It's a short one. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we talked about all our hardware and software.
Drop out, Kaushal.
We talked about all our hardware and software. We also provide I rent service and I sell service. So whatever you have seen in hardware here, we can rent it. So customer they don't have to buy that equipment. But let's say if they have a flow studies going only for 3 months or 2 months, we can rent this, so they don't have to invest in a capital, expense. They don't have to do any capital expense. And why it is important? Because many of the studies are weather related. So they want to do only during spring, for an example.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, so they don't have to invest the money, and that's what. That's an I rent service, and we can also rent even software, cloud-based software, also for durations. We can do that. iCell is a cellular service which is used for and all our equipment is a machine-to-machine interface, which normally not available in commercial market. So if you go to your local Verizon AT&T store, they are handling machine to human interface, and that's why user sometimes gets a wrong service, and that's why the communication is not taking place. So we provide iCell ourselves. They just have to buy that cell service from us, and they are good to go. Instrument received, and then
They don't have to go set up. They don't have to go set up with Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, figure out how to like get that all connected.
Right.
We come to you. I can get the equipment. I can get all this service set up. If I'm doing a study, I just rent it from you. You'll get there's a way to purchase or to get this like on a monthly, like a couple months
Yep.
as you're doing your study, and it's
Yeah,
like
good to
all
go.
neatly packaged together.
Yeah, neatly packaged. So they can get service from day one, and in most cases, our prices are much cheaper than the regular because we bought a big data plan, so we have good negotiated price. So in most cases, we are cheaper. If not cheaper, at least the same price. Yeah.
So what other? I see this is water samples. So is there some other kind of sampling devices here as well?
So this is the one which is the two are portable sampler. This is a very simple sample. This is 6712, very powerful. It takes rain inputs and SDA 12 inputs and many. It's a very powerful samplers are there, but both are portable. We also make permanent refrigerated samplers. They are mainly used either at industrial discharge or in a treatment plant. So what it does that you take
This one's like a treatment plant size one.
yeah.
Okay, that's
It's an AC powered. This is a battery powered. This is an AC powered. So in a treatment plant, AC power is available, but it cools down the temperature to 4 degree immediately after taking the sample, and which is required because if you are doing BOD analyzer, if it is increasing the 4 degree, you are, the samples will not be representative. So that's why you need to cool. We provide a single bottle or multi-bottle. Here you can see the example of multi-bottles
Oh, wow.
samples. So there are 24 bottles. So you can program it that take 250 milliliter every 15 minutes. So then basically you have 1 liter samples for 24 hours. So we also have people are also using composites. So we were talking about COVID, everybody done the composite sampling, which is the 1 gallon or 2.5 gallon big jar. It gets all the sample goes into that. So the composite sampling. The other thing is we did not talk about the portable refrigerated sampler. And that portable refrigerated sampler is basically battery powered, portable, and there's a refrigeration built into that. Now, it is very important for PFAS sampling because method 1633 is asking that once you take the sample, it should be cooled down to 6 degrees centigrade. So now you are within 15 minutes. So by the time you take a sample, you go to your facility, 15 minutes has passed. So that's why this sample is very useful. It immediately cool down to 60 degree, 6 degree, and then you can take it. So that.
And so would this also be? It wouldn't just be COVID. This would be other emerging viruses and stuff as we discover them too, that this could be applied to.
You are absolutely right. So there is a wastewater disease surveillance, which is the term, and that got found out when the polio outbreak happened. That time, WDS or wastewater disease surveillance came into picture. It came into limelight because of the COVID. But people know that by doing wastewater analysis, they can find the presence of virus. Now, last 2 years, a lot of universities and a lot of research organizations have done. They can find influenza. And the next year, the CDC is focusing on basically the respiratory RSV virus. They're going to find out through wastewater analysis. And CDC is very serious on that. So CDC came out with a news program, National Wastewater Surveillance Program. And in that program, they have provided a grant to small utilities to buy a sample, send them a sample so they do the wastewater analysis. And we were the primary, I'm proud to say that we are primary supplier of CDC phase 1. In phase 2, we were the only supplier of samplers in a phase 2. Now, the next hot topic which is coming is a PFAS, which is a forever chemicals, which is basically it's a fluorine molecule attached to the carbon chain, and it is not degradable, so it has created environment concern, but it is also bioaccumulative. So it grows in the body and cause a lot of link to many diseases, liver disease, kidney disease, thyroid malfunctions, or immune system malfunctions. Those kind of things. So it is realized it's a big threat. It was introduced in 1940 with the Teflon introductions, and it has the property of water repellent and oil repellent, as well as fire. So that's why it got very good properties. So it started using unknowingly that in many, like non-stick cooking ware or rainproof clothings or plating. But that has end up in cancers and a lot of health issues. So now EPA has come out with a good limits, very strict limit. But that's why this sampler also, they want this industrial user who are discharging.
Because I've always heard it on the clean water side, but on the wastewater side, this is how it's getting into the system or getting out, or out into the environment, I guess.
Yeah. And basically what happens when the wastewater treatment plants are not the generator, because that PFAS are generated by industries, but they are the receiver. But whatever they receive, it ends up in a biosolid which gets used in a fertilizer. So they they are requesting a wastewater treatment plant also to monitor the influent, effluent, and biosolids.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for taking a tour of the exhibit and going through all the products and everything.
Thank you for stopping by. If you have any more questions, reach out to us.
Oh yeah, wait, website, where do people find you?
It's www.teledyneisco.com, and we have the pharma division and water division. You look into water for all these products. Yeah.
All right, cool, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.